gentlemen, welcome aboard this live launch with Hunky Dory TV. The crafting captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign and we are now cleared for takeoff. In preparation for launch, please ensure all of your troubles and worries are properly stowed. You won't be needing those today. Our flight time will be a craft-filled 60 minutes or more, and the Hunky Dory crew are now ready for departure. At this time, we ask you to sit back, relax, and enjoy our video presentation. Live launch takeoff in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have live launch liftoff.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Hunky Dory with our live launch. We're going to be showing you some fabulous products today and some lovely projects too. I will be doing the entertainment today and I'll try my best, and Emily will be manning the desk in the cockpit, making sure we have a safe journey. We are hoping we won't have any turbulence, but we're going a bit ad-lib today, so we could have a bit of turbulence, so just watch out. We want to remind you that we are going to be showing you today our fabulous launch of the Adorable Scorable Pattern Packs. Now, this is our third collection. You may have seen it on Saturday with myself on Create and Craft. It's a beautiful collection. A whole mixture of designs and styles that you can be using in all aspects of craft. We're going to show you those shortly, but we've got a few reminders first. Firstly, we want to remind you about the fabulous, amazing, which we all are in love with it here at Hunky Dory, our club gift. Now, as you know, we bring club gifts to you very often. This one is absolutely beautiful. This is our Cheers to You, and it's really kind of stylized. It's really funky. It's a fun collection. I'm going to give you a quick reminder of what style it actually is. You're going to get the topper sheets, you can see here, usual die cut foiled, but look at these beautiful, like, kind of patterned borders we've got on the frames. They're not just plain gold, they've got these really nice geometric patterns on them, and you're going to get your foiled cardstock to match that way, let's go that way, and your printed cardstock as well to match each topper. Absolutely lovely. It's so geometric. And the colours are amazing. We've got a lot of features in here with balloons, with bottles of beer. But I really love it. I really enjoyed making the projects with this. Again, your beautiful foil cardstock there with all those crazy geometric patterned beer bottles. Oh my goodness, these fabulous shoes. They're like dancing shoes. Look at them. They're amazing. And then we've got our beautiful sheet here with, I love the shape of these as well. These are really nice shaped toppers. We've got the border strips down the side as well. Lots of sentiments, lots of alcohol, dare I say, on this one. Which, if you're a fan of alcohol, or your family are, or the people you send your cards to, this is perfect. Again, foil cardstock and then printed cardstock, which is glorious. And then our last topper sheet. This one, I love this one. Again, with the shoes on, those fabulous shoes, this time they're foiled on this topper. And you've got balloons on here too. And then the foiled cardstock and the printed cardstock. So you're going to get a 12-piece deluxe card collection. It's normally $9.99. So if you're not a club member, you can still buy it, but it will be $9.99. For club members, it's free. You just need to log into your account on the Hunky Dory website, and all you will have to pay is your postage. So again, it's a lovely, lovely kit, and we've had some fabulous projects made with it. All the team who've worked on it have really enjoyed using it. It's a bit different. It's very, very funky, very modern. So if you've not got it, grab yours now. Now we need to tell you again about our Win It Weekly competition. We launch a new competition every Monday. The prize this week is fabulous. £19.99 this should retail at. Our large paper trimmer, again, as you know with our paper trimmers, you get your 2 blades. You also get the swinging arm that comes out, so you can measure right up to 17 and a quarter inches thereabouts. So, you know, if you're using A3 cardstock and paper, this is fabulous for you. We are going to have 5 winners who we will announce on Friday's show. So on your screens now you'll see the question, which country consumes the most chocolate per capita? Is that what it says, yeah. Emily? A, Switzerland, B, Germany, or C, United Kingdom? Oh my goodness, am I? Right, you know, like not last year, the year before, I lost quite a lot of weight because I was having a big change in lifestyle and everything. I lost a lot of weight. And then, of course, now my new lifestyle, one of my hobbies is actually eating. I love food, honestly. I just love food. I called for shopping on the way home last night, fill my fridge. When my fridge is full, I'm the happiest person in the world. It's just the fact that I've got it there. But I did buy chocolate, little bags, bars of it. When I drive to Peterborough, chocolate is usually what helps, you know, keep me awake if I'm flagging a bit or I'm tired or I just need to nibble on something. Chocolate, fabulous. I love chocolate. Yes, Emily, do you love chocolate, Emily?
Obsessed.
See, Emily's worse than me.
It's a guilty pleasure.
But Emily burns it off at the gym, whereas I don't. I just let it all, you know, gather on the couch. But, you know, I'm at that age. It doesn't matter, does it? If you enjoy it, then have it. But, yes, you can see your question on there, the Win It Weekly question. Which country consumes the most chocolate per capita? Do you know what? I don't know, because Swiss chocolate is beautiful. Germany, they do great chocolate. I mean, I've probably had a big share this week, so United Kingdom, obviously. I think as well, we have kind of glum weather here, don't we? So when the weather's glum, you think, oh, you know, shall we sit down and watch a film at night, put the fire on, heating, close the curtains, you know, have some, you know, glass of wine or some fizzy pop or a hot chocolate and get some sweets and chocolate. I think we do that a lot of the time, mainly because it's a comfort of ours when the weather and the dark nights set in. So, but I, probably like Emily, don't need an excuse. Give me chocolate, I will eat it. So you've got 3 choices there. We need you to like, share and comment with your answer. We'll have 5 winners who we'll announce on Friday. You will be in with a chance to win that fabulous Premier Craft Tools paper trimmer from us. So now we're going to sit back. If you're sitting, sit back, relax. If you're standing like I am, don't sit back, you'll fall. So we want to take a look at our brand new launch of our fabulous product. So let's have a look at some VT first. There's some lovely projects on there, really nice. I always like anything that's made with Adorable Scorable and doesn't have too much more on it. So, you know, if you add stamps and ribbon and dies and stuff like that, it still works beautifully and perfectly well. But I like to do things just with the Adorable Scorable, particularly if it's patterned. Anyway, what we're going to do, we're going to show you the 6 new packs that we've got. Our first one here is the blue and cream. So I'm going to show you the designs. Now, we've got the information on the screen there. You get 8 designs and you will get 3 of each. So it's going to be a pack of 24. $7.99 for a pack, or you can get any 3 for $19.98. So you got quite a saving there. What we've done, we've just put, Emily has kindly just taken the packs and shown, let us show 1 of each, so we don't have to go through 24 sheets. So remember, whichever one I show you, you're going to get 3 of. Beautiful designs. We've called it blue and cream because basically that's what it is, and we've got so many patterns in. What would you call it? Would you call it like Moroccan tiles? Would you call it, you know, big swirls? We've got too many patterns in there to actually give it like a particular name. So we've just gone with blue and cream because that's what it is. Really lovely though. I mean, these designs are really nice, you know, the tiles there, and you can cut them up, chop into them, and then you've got these beautiful florals with the foliage as well, and this one which is a bit more dramatic with bigger flowers, but it's really, really lovely. That is your blue and cream, and what we've done is we have got a couple of projects from each of the packs, so you can actually see what you can do with them. Our Jane has made this one. Now this is really nice because I think Jane has incorporated our next pack of marble, which I'll be showing you in a sec. But again, don't be frightened of mixing up the patterns. Lovely Cat as well, that works on our creative team, has done this. Look at all the patterns on there, and it just goes to show they really do work. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, I think there's 5 of the patterns on there out of 8, which is pretty amazing, and it looks lovely. So again, that's the blue and cream that you can get hold of. So our next one is the Marvellous Marble. So again, you're going to get 24 sheets in here, 8 designs, and you'll get 3 of each. So we've mixed up the marble a bit. You can see you've got your traditional kind of white marble with that little bit of grey and black running through it. And then we've got something a bit more kind of wild marble. I mean, marble's very unique, isn't it? In, you know, if you get a chunk of it, it usually is different from any other chunk. So really, really nice. Again, more traditional marble there. We've got lots of grey in here, lots of white, lots of cream. We've got black. And this is kind of more like worktop style, I feel. I love this one because this one is, you know what this reminds me of? You know when it shows pictures from like the International Space Station over America at night, when all the towns and the cities are lit up with lights. It reminds me of that, you know, and the lines at the top remind me of like the roads and stuff. I really think you could use that like as a map almost.
It reminds me of old film rolls.
Oh yes, yeah, when it's like a bit cracked as well. Yeah, it does. Also made me think of like spiders' webs too. Yeah. You know, when you go in an old shed and it's just like full of.
A nightmare.
Yeah, a nightmare. Yeah, a nightmare in the garage of the shed. I like this one too. Again, this one is almost like looking down on mountains that are from a plane that are snow capped. I don't know if anybody else has seen that, or if I'm just a bit ill, I don't know. But then again, more chunky marble design there. And then I think this is my favourite because this is kind of what you see on a fireplace, isn't it? Like on a hearth or something. I really like that. So those are the Marvellous Marble patterns. And we've got a couple of cards here. We've got 3 cards here. Now check these out. This was made by our lovely Jane and our creative team. That's really, really nice. It's so different. An added touch with the gold foil there. Again, it's really nice using the dies and just some layering and strips cut. So simple but very effective. Then we have this one. I think our Natalie probably made this. And we must remind you that she is on this morning on Create and Craft at 10:30, I believe. So hop over there and see what she's doing. Keep hopping between, or you can, you know, record either or visit either. It's entirely up to you. But that one, just so simple, but using black with it, black die cut, and then a black stamp here. Really, really lovely. And then our third one, made by Catherine in our design team, again using gold, just kind of mixing it up and not being fearful of using 2 or 3 different patterns. Again, another die cut word there. Really kind of high-end market cards made with the marble. So what we're going to do now, because I'm here on my own today, just in case you were thinking I was rude and hadn't mentioned our demonstrator. Our demonstrator today is Sheila. Make me. So because our lovely Rachel was on her way in, unfortunately she got a flat tire on the way, so has had to turn around and go back and get that seen too. So we said, it's okay, fine, don't panic. So we're going to go down to the demo area, and I'm going to demo with the 2 packs that we've just shown you. So we'll see you down there in a sec. Ooh, There we go. I like being down at this end. I don't know why. I think it's probably because there's glue and there's tape and there's all kinds of lovely things. I think that's why it is. So, because we had a quick last minute change today, I've looked through the kits and I thought, okay, let's, we usually do 3 demos. So what I thought was we would use the marble and the blue and cream because they go really well together, because we've got cream, a lot of cream in the marble kit. We've also got obviously cream and blue works. So I've got a bit of cream as well. I've also got an 8x8 card blank. I've got a bit of gold and I've got some cream and blue ribbon and my trusty essential book of sentiments with this year's Adorable Scorable colours in 2021. And again, we have 2 of these. We have Matastic one and we have the regular Adorable Scorable one. So depending on what card you use, grab yourself one of those because they are fabulous. So what I thought we would do, I've got some regular cream Adorable Scorable. I've got a couple of sheets of this beautiful marble. I just love this because it also reminds me of mother of pearl, which I think is beautiful. I've got some mother of pearl things at home, you know, jewellery and stuff, and I really do love it. So we're going to just flick through here. Now I really like, I was looking at it before thinking, what does it go really well with? And it, you know what, it seems to work. Even if you matte and layer it, it does seem to stand out, as you can see there. And then obviously with something like this one, which is kind of quite geometric and tiled, it works nicely with that because you can line up, you can actually use this almost as a like a graph effect. And then if you've got some cream as well, you can actually layer it onto the cream. You can see how it works really nicely. So I think what we're going to do, we will use first of all the cream Adorable Scorable. I'm just going to cover my card front with this. So there's a couple of ways of doing this. So you can, if you want to, cut it to 8x8 and then glue it on, which is what I normally do when I'm at Create and Craft, because we're limited on the amount of time we have for demos and things. So I'm going to show you another way, because a lot of people out there, new crafters, haven't got guillotines or haven't got big guillotines. You might just have a little one and it ends up becoming a bit of a faff because you think, oh, I can't cut it to 8x8. My guillotine is only a little 6x8 one, and it gets tricky. So another thing you can do, particularly if you've not got a guillotine, stick your card on top and then either take your knife and your ruler or your big scissors and cut along the edge. Now I've put that on with construction glue, which moves a little bit till it dries, probably in about 30 seconds. So I'm just going to give it a second before I start to cut that down and trim off the excess. Now what I want to do now is I want to take my blue, because I want to put some blue on here. Now I'm using my big paper trimmer, which is the one that you are in with a chance of winning if you like, share and comment and answer on our Facebook page. I couldn't think of the word then. I was like, what am I going to say next? I couldn't even think.
People have been saying that you should get double pay so you have to do double the work.
Yeah, listen, you know what will happen if we keep doing this? I know what they'll do. They'll end up asking me to wear one of those costumes, you know, where this half is a man and this half is a woman. So I'll come on and I'll stand that way and good morning crafters, like a man with a beard and everything, and then I'll turn that way and I'll be like a girl. I just hope they are not the team are not watching and think, what a great idea. Because no, I'm not doing that next time somebody can't get it yet. I'm not going to do half and half. Would be funny though, wouldn't it? I knew you would. I shouldn't have said it. You know, you're gonna need to say something once to Emily, and she's on it. She's got your costume rigged up and everything. Yeah, I have shot myself in the foot for sure. Oh dear me. Okay, so we'll just trim that bit off. Okay, so now we've got a nice 8x8 card, and we're going to pop this on top of here. I've just trimmed this to 7 3/4, so it just takes off that tiny little bit around the edge, but it just brings out that cream in there. And then we're going to use some of the marble as well. Now don't worry, we're not going to cover everything up. We're just going to do like 1 or 2 panels and I will do some ribbon, we'll do a sentiment, we might even do a little flower or two, we'll see how we're doing for time. So let's pop this onto here. That's just so nice, it's really, really lovely. I like that very much. It's a really nice design. Okay, so what we'll do now, we'll take a piece of the marble. So I don't want to cover all this up, it's such a shame. But the good thing is here, if you've only got scissors and, you know, a knife or something, you can actually use this as a guide, and you could say, okay, do I want to just do like a panel there? Do I want to do a bigger panel? Do I want to do 3 little panels? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do like a rectangular panel. So what we'll do, we'll keep it quite regimented. So if I get my pencil, and I'm going to use this as like a guide. Now obviously you can go from the corner of the square, you can go from like halfway point or just a bit further along there. So I'm going to mark it there, I think, and I'm just going to slice down there, and then we will do a piece. Let's do that first, and then it makes it a little bit easier to actually decide how long we want that. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to put that there. So this is going to be a piece just down this section here. So what I want to do, I've left roughly about 1 inch here, so I'm going to do the same here. Now I'm just doing this by sight, but I'm still using these points as a line-up place with my pencil, and we'll just chop that down, and then we can pop this. So this will go onto here like that, and it just slots in nicely there. Okay, now what we can do as well, I want to take another piece of this now and put one on top. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just leave a bigger panel of cream here, and I'm going to cut it down there. Okay, so I've just done a pencil mark, and I know that when Natalie's doing the demo, she always does this. She just brings all the stuff in. She has thoughts in mind, but she cuts it as she goes. I'm a bit more of a prep person, because you know, when you're doing things that you're not sure will work, sometimes it can cause you a bit of stress or panic. I'm not panicking or stress. You know, this is what I do for my job and what I've done for as long as I can remember. So if it doesn't look right, it doesn't look right. But if it does, then great. Okay, so we've now got our 2 panels there like that. So what I want to do, I want to take grab some of my pads out of my tub here. I keep like starting new sheets. I'm sure you do this. Keep starting new sheets of sticky pads, and then not actually getting to the end of them, and then I'll find one just on its own in the bottom. My tool caddy is an absolute mess. Okay, so what I've done, I left a gap there because I want to take, I just was rooting in the craft room and I found a piece of this really chunky ribbon. I thought, ooh, that might be nice if we tie it round in a knot. So that will fit in that gap there between the pads. So let's do that. We'll just tie that like that. Okay, now it's thick ribbon, but if you pull it, you can get it kind of so that it really comes in tight in the middle. And this is tough ribbon, you know, so don't be frightened of giving it a bit of welly and pulling it tight like that, and it makes a really nice bow like that. And what we'll do this time, I think, we will cut it so that we've got a V in the end for a change. So what you can do is fold it in half and then just chop like that, so both your V's are the same. And again, we'll do it on this side too, so that we've got a nice little V there too, like that. And then we've got a nice chunky piece. Now that will now sit on there, and you can see how that pulls that cream in. And it's a nice big chunky bow, and it kind of causes a bit of a stir, really. You know, people go, "Ooh, that's really nice. Look at that big chunky bow on there." All right, so now we can put that panel there. Just make sure I've got my card the right way up. Yes, I have. So I'm going to put that on now with some double-sided tape, because you can see how that does show up.
Oh, Michelle said a nice comment. She said, everything you do looks gorgeous. You're among friends here, so it does go wrong. Say that, Dee.
Oh, thank you. Do you know what? I think we could now. I always say this. If the colours are right, I don't think you can go wrong. If you, like me, I usually go with 3 colours. I always have done. You know, I've always gone with 3 colours for whatever I've done, whatever I've made. Occasionally I'll throw a 4th in, but it just depends really. But I do 3 colours, and I think whatever you put on, as long as you put everything in the same colours on that card, it will be pleasing to the eye, and people won't think, oh, look at the state of that. That's really, really horrible. What has she done? Right, I'm just going to, bear with me a sec, I'm just going to plug in my hot glue gun because I want to put a couple of flowers on here that I'm just going to make with the cardstock. So let me just unplug the heat tool, and I'm thinking it's the heat tool. I'm hoping it's not a camera or something like that, because that would be dreadful. Emily would be saying, don't have Sheila in there ever again. She's an absolute disaster. Okay, so what I'm going to do with I'm going to use a piece of cream, and then I'm going to use, in fact, no, let's not use the cream. Let's use the marble. So, and I've done this before, but a lot of you, you know, comment and sometimes say, I can't do it, Sheila. I've tried a few times. What I'm going to do, I'm going to make 3 roses. Okay, so let's chop and chop and chop. Now, it's up to you. I've got 3 squares there. You can cut them all together. Now remember, we're on Adorable Scorable here, so it's 350 GSM, so it might be quite tough to cut. I'm just going to do a freehand circle and make some roses. Now it doesn't have to be a perfect circle, because you're going to coil it up, so it doesn't really matter. You know, it just doesn't. Right, so I'm going to just root in my caddy here for my tweezers. I've got 2 pairs of tweezers, but I want the squeezy ones, I think. They're right in the bottom, here they are. There we go. So these are like the back to front tweezers, and these are quite good at holding your flowers in place. So what we can do, I think, because we've got our big bow, rather than doing the foldy roses that I normally do, we're just going to cut them, and then we're just going to coil them so they make more like a Chinese rose. So if we just cut them like that, and you see I'm not really taking any particular care. If you go into the middle, that bit becomes your base, so that's where you're going to put your hot glue. Okay, so let's, and it doesn't matter if they're a little bit thicker or a little bit thinner, I think that adds to it. So we're just going to, and you can do them all at the same time if you want, like I did with the circle. So just make sure our glue is warming up here. Yes, it is. I'm going to give it another minute just so I know it's nice and hot. So if you then take your tweezers, and I love doing this, if ever I've got any doubt on what to make with cardstock, I go, you know what, I'm just going to make some roses, because they always look right. They never really look wrong. Now, with your Adorable Scorable, obviously it's a tough cardstock, so you're going to get, it's not going to be like paper. If you do it with paper, it will roll really smoothly. So you're just going to roll it round like that, and then you can let it go. The more you let it go, the bigger it is. Okay, so if you feel like you want it to be tighter again, you can pull it back in like that. But because we've got a big card here, I quite like them being big. So I'm just going to roll the other 2 while that glue is warming up. Then I know it's really hot and it will hold it. If you've not got these back to front tweezers or squeezers as we call them, but you've got a quilling tool, you know, you can use a quilling tool and roll it up. I mean, just do it between your fingers. It's not like it's too fiddly, okay? And then this one will do the same. Okay, like this. And I'm just going fairly quickly here, but you can take your time if you want to. Go a little bit slower than I am. All right, and then just let it go like that. Okay, so now we're going to take the glue gun, and the bit that was the centre of the spiral, like the centre of your circle, you just put a blob of glue on and be quite generous with it. It's not going to show. And then roll your flower around and hold the middle section in, because that will then grab it. Otherwise, you'll end up with your middle section sticking up. It doesn't matter, but it's a bit more tricky to put it back in the hot glue once you've actually let it go. Okay, so there we go. It might move for a minute. Let's just give it a sec. The worst thing it can do is roll back up, but then if it does, we just put more glue on. Remember, it's 350 GSM, so it's quite hard. And depending on which way because we've done a spiral, you know, we showed last week, I think, that card bends easier that way, one way, than it does the other. Like that one, I really can't bend it that way. The thinner the piece is, let me show you on a big piece. So that way, you can see how it folds. That way, it's really easy. You can tell yourself, and this happens with all cardstock, try it. So if you're doing any construction, think about that before you actually put things together, because it does have an effect on how flexible you can get it if you're making like flowers and things. Because we've done a spiral here, it's a little bit more tricky because the card is bending all different ways. So let's just hold this for a second and we can put this on, and then we will, that one's still moving a little bit, let's just hold that for a second. And then obviously if you're doing it with paper or with Matastic, the glue will grab better because you're on a matte surface, whereas at the minute we're on a glossy surface, so you sometimes have to just give it a second while the glue starts to cool and harden. It's not porous at all, so it's sometimes you have to just wait. And then our final one we can do, so remember, just gluing on the base there. You can do it with other glues as well, but you'd have to use a peg or something that would hold it, you know, so or a clip or something that would just hold it together. So let's just do that, and we'll tuck that in and hold it tight. I'm just going to tighten that up a bit like that, and then we will pop these on in a row. I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use one of the sentiments from the Essential Book of Sentiments, because the cream is the same colour as the cream on the card that we've used. Okay, so let's pop. Okay. Now if you wanted to as well, okay, so we've got 3 big chunky roses there. So what you could do if you wanted to, you could, in fact, let's show you how to do this. And I like, before I had dies, I used to do a lot of freehand cutting, and I really still like to do this very often when we make cards in the office. Anne will come through and she's doing the mag and say, which die have you used? So I haven't used a die, I just used my scissors, and just cut some leaves. Okay, so you can just cut like that, cut leaves like that. So we've got 3 here. I might not put these on, but I just wanted to show you. You can score them if you want to. But I just fold them. I just like folding them like that. So that if you wanted to, you could do a cluster of flowers at the bottom, and then you could just pop your leaves in like that, so they would just poke out. So if you score them, they will give you a better crease, obviously, and you can do that, but I'm just folding them for now, just to give you an idea as to how to do a leaf shape. So if you wanted to do that, you could. I'm not going to do that. I really want the flowers to be in a line like I had them originally, like that. And I'm going to turn them so that they're all facing different ways. So let's put those on with a little bit of glue, hot glue while it's here, because that will grab straight away on the Adorable Scorable. Okay. And then we'll do our 3rd one here, like this.
We have a birthday today.
Whose birthday?
It's Linda Runciman's 50th birthday.
Happy birthday, Linda.
She says there's no better way to celebrate a 50th lockdown birthday with Hunky Dory Live.
Oh, isn't that nice? That's really nice, isn't it? Right, so what we're going to do now, I've got this lovely sentiment that says, to Mum, with love, best wishes and thanks for everything you do today and always. I know we've got Mother's Day coming up next month, so it might be a nice idea to stick one of those sentiments on there. Okay, and this has got a bit of gold on. Now bear in mind, I haven't got any gold on the card. So for me, I don't like to just leave it with just that one gold bit on. So this is where I would bring in some gems. So let's see if we've got some gold gems. Let's check on the colours. They're a bit yellow, I think, for me. Let's go to our trusty gold and silver gems, which always work. And what we're going to do is just going to bring a bit of gold in, that's all. So we're going to put, I'm just going to put one, let me look on the screen there where I want it. I'm going to put them at the bottom here, kind of matches with what we've got there. I'm going to put that one there, and then that one will go there. And that's the only other bit of gold I'm going to bring into that, because I want to keep it clean and simple. And I want, you can see the marble on the flowers, you can see the marble here, and then you can see the blue and cream behind. It's tidy, it's big. Obviously you'd have to put it in a box, but if I hold it up to the front here, and then you can see it a little bit better, and hopefully all those roses won't fall off. Again, it's just another fairly simple card. And it's a shame, you know, you don't have to cover all the Adorable Scorable up. Let it shine through, because it's all beautiful. What we're going to do now, we're going to nip back up to the other area where I can show you more of the products, and then we'll come back and do another demo. Hey! She's like, 10 seconds, I'm going to have to get off this high stool. So our next pattern packs, this was one of the favourites on Saturday. I think it sold out individually, and then the producer loaded a little bit more stock on. I think that sold as well. So this was our most popular one. This is French wood. Now this one has been printed onto Matte-tastic. Now this is particularly beautiful because I think, if you turn it that way, I think I used this on my demo with the saxophone card, I think, that I used with the little boots. And again, really, really nice. We've got, again, 8 designs here. Very similar. Some have got big florals, some have got small florals. That first one is perfect for making a card blank, because you get that design on the front and the back. We've got different colours in here, different designs, but again, it's lovely. It's printed onto Matte-tastic. Really nice. So we've got some brighter colours, we've got some pastel colours. I think you're going to be able to find something in your stash of craft products at home that you could use this with. It's really, really lovely. I just think it's really, I love matte card and matte paper. Look at that one with the orange, it's just glorious. You've got orange in there, lime green, paler green, a regular green, you've got a deep red, a pink, a yellow, a white. Who would imagine that all those colours would go together? And then your final design is the grey one here. And again, it's lovely. It's really, really nice. So that is your French wood collection. Let's show you a couple of samples made with this. And now we've got 4 here. So again, it's really strange because it does actually look like wood. So if you look at this, let's go over here, this design, it's an easel card in a heart shape with a little stamped area and some die cut words. Love, 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 love. But it's really nice. And it would look great if you've got some MDF kits or MDF shapes that need covering. This would work lovely on those. Then we've got one done with cream Matte-tastic as well, that's just using one of our lovely frame dies that we had on the show on Saturday. Again, really simple, add a few gems, it's all you need. Then we've got this one really grunged up. I'm not sure who made this, but this is like using some, this has got proper lace on here, some twine, a grunged up, scrunched up piece of the French wood. Totally different style, very shabby chic, beautiful. And then again, another one with the die and a couple of layers where one's been angled. Really, really a lovely set of cardstock. I really do like this one. So that's our French wood. Then our next one we're going to show to you is our Get Crafty. And the clue is in the title with this one, because obviously it's craft card. But this is lovely. You're going to love this one. So again, 8 designs. 3 of each. This is so nice. Again, printed onto Matte-tastic. You have to have craft on Matte-tastic, I think, don't you? So some very small detailed designs on here, and then we've got some more kind of spaced ones, as you'll see. But look at that kind of ombre effect as well down there. It's really nice. I really love that. And then we've got this one with the big spots. Everybody likes the big spots, the big polka dots. And then we've got the small polka dots. And again, that is a perfect example of that kind of ombre, washy feel on there. And who would believe you could get that on a card that's not shiny? And then we have like the zigzags, chevrons, whatever you want to call them. Again, another crazy design. Then we have the diagonal stripes. Again, you've got to have stripes. If you've got polka dots in a kit, you have to have stripes too. And then our final design is the one with the little hearts, like a folk heart. So it's kind of long heart rather than being a fatter, chunkier heart. But really, really nice. 24 sheets in there. Get crafty. And we have some lovely samples to show you here. And you can use your regular craft card in this too. So we've got one here made by Jane. I love what she's done with this. It's simple, but it's really effective and really contemporary. This one too. So lovely with using the hexagonal dies. Really, really nice. And a bit of twine and a white stamp. And then we have another beautiful one here, which has got like a layer done by Catherine. So you can see how she's cut like along the zigzag points here to make like an inlay with the stripy one behind. Very different. And then this one, again, lovely. A curved front, so an A5 card, a curved front with the zigzags inside, piece of actual hessian with lace on, and you know, you don't even have to put a greeting on. It's nice enough for home decor. That beautiful, beautiful projects there, lovely cardstock. So let's go back to the demo area now and use some of these. That was really funny. I thought, that's really strange because where am I? Because I've actually just walked over it, but the shelves are the same, so it looks like we're in the same area. I just need to unplug my glue gun before we set the room alight. We don't want that. So for this demo, we are going to use some of the French wood and the Get Crafty. What I thought we'd do with this is I thought we might make like a box. And I've looked at the colours in this. I love this one. It's so lovely because it's got that kind of, it's got a bit like that New England feel. And obviously, you know, a lot of people buy old furniture nowadays and they strip it back and they sand it. And then they use the chalk paints to get this kind of, and then sand it again. So the darker colour comes through and it just looks like it's really old and aged, very shabby chic. But if you've got some of our Matte-tastic, you will see how fabulous these colours go. So I knew in my mind when I looked at these, I thought I'm sure some of our Matte-tastic will go with this. I know we have this lovely, I'm trying to learn the colours and I've forgotten already. I think it's forest, is it forest green, maybe off forest fern or something like that. And then we've got this beautiful deeper red colour and the pale. And these work beautifully with this. Craft would work beautifully as well, regular craft. I'm not going to use regular craft. I want to use some of this as well. So I want to mix it up a bit. Now it's up to you whether you decide to go with something that's a little bit more busy like this, or whether you go with something that's less busy like that with the spots. I think all of them will work, but I quite like the one with the hearts, so I'm going to use that as well, just to do like a box. We're going to do some panels as well on here. So first of all, let's grab scoreboard, because we can't make a box without the scoreboard. So I'm going to just score a lid and a base. I'm not going to cut it down. I'm just going to do a nice kind of longer box. If we bring it in, it's 8 1/4 inches by almost 11 3/4. So you can make it simple for yourself. You can go, okay, I want to put some of this design on top as well. So let's go in. I'm going to look how 2 inches would probably be okay. So let's do, let's see. We could do 1 1/2. That would give us kind of, let's do 1 1/2. Okay, so it's going to be flatter and bigger. So score at 1 1/2 all the way around. And remember, this is Matte-tastic, so it's up to you whether you score on the back or the front. It's Adorable Scorable, so it won't crack. Okay, so we've got one there. And then we do our second piece on the right side of the board where it says box base. And again, we score in at 1 1/2. It's as simple as that. As long as you've got your card butted up to the edge, then you will be fine. Like that. And then our last score like that. All right, so let's move the scoreboard. We don't need that now because we're going to start doing some cutting. And no, it's up to you now. What I like to do is I like to actually cut along my line here before I fold it, just because once you've done a fold, you will find you get tiny creases around it. Sometimes you think, whereabouts is the center of that line? So this is why I like to kind of do it this way. And I never used to do it this way. This is something I've started doing more recently when I'm working with card that's got pattern on it. I just find it's a little bit easier to see where my score lines are. And it's so nice to be able to make a box without going, oh, how long have I got, hurry up, oh my goodness, having a breakdown. So nice to just do a box in normal time. Okay, so, and then these are going to attach here. So we'll do that in a second. We'll do this one first. Oh no, not that one, because that's not scored, it's this one. Throw myself out there with 3 pieces. Right, so let's do it that way. So we do that one, just cutting a V, and that one, and then this one, and then our 4th one, like that. Okay. So for you people out there who don't actually make cards, but like to make boxes or like to construct, every so often it's nice to do a box just to remind you how we do them and how we use the scoreboard. A lot of people go, you know what, I don't make cards, and I don't want to make cards. I like making boxes and gift bags. I sell them to people, or I like just doing it for the sake of my presents for my family. And this is, you know, this is where Adorable Scorable comes in really handy, because we do the different patterns now as well. There's always going to be something in a certain theme that will work for you. You know, and it's up to you whether you have Matte-tastic or you go with the glossy one. You know, it's really useful cardstock. It's tough as old boots. I love it. Oh my goodness, I have thousands of sheets of it at home. From when we brought out when we used to bring out the 100 sheet pack, I used to go straight down to Inspirations and buy them. So, you know, I've still got a lot of them left, and I don't like, to be honest, using them all. I just like having them there in a big pile. Right, so we've got a nice box there. We'll do the same with this one. I'm not sure which one is the lid or the base yet until I actually put them together. And then we're going to use some craft. We're going to use some of those colours to make a panel to go on top. You know, these are lovely things to make as well. If you are short of storage space, or you think, I don't want to make up all the boxes and then put them on a shelf, they'll get battered, they'll take room up. Just get all your tape on like this, store them flat. You know, that's what you do if you go into a shop, you find a box, you buy it, you get 3 in a pack. They're like this, and all you need to do is then just fold them together. So you can put your tape on, just store them flat, and then as you need a box, you know, even store them in like flat in magazine files, or those expandable folders you can get, or even in our storage genies, so you can at least, you know, just keep hold of them for when you're ready to use them. Let's just get that tape off there as well, and then we can stick this together. So we have got that one there. Oh, I've just moved that in a bit far. Use your red tape or use your wet glue for this. If you're using wet glue or your hot glue, just put a peg on it or something to hold on to it. Let's see. So that is our, I'm not sure which one's which, but is that the lid? I think that's the lid. Yes, it is. There we go. Oh, I felt all that air come out, then push it down, it went like, pooh, like that. Right, so what we're going to do now, we're going to do a little bit of layering. So we're going to do I think I'm going to do red, and I'm going to do some green. I want to incorporate this craft as well, because I think it does work, because we have these little browny crafty colours in here as well. So we're going to make, first of all, and what I'll do, I'll turn it, let's have a look, I'll turn it that way, because I think that will be more economical on our usage of the card. So let's chop that, and that's about 9.5 inches. And then what we'll do is we will cut it to about here. So all in all, that is about maybe 7 inches, just over. So that will go onto there. Now it's up to you. Look at the design. You can have it either way, because it's not kind of printed. It's like printed and then moved along and moved a bit up and down. So you can see how we've got like flowers. There'll be flowers here. So it's up to you whether you do it as a box that way or you do it the other way. Right, so let's get some of our beautiful craft here. We're going to do some green as well, by the way. So let's grab the green. I think we'll put the green on top of the red, and then we'll have a panel of craft, and then we're going to use some of this as well on top. So we've still incorporated it all together. So we need to cut a piece of green now, just a bit smaller than the red. So again, trusty pencil, do a mark, and then we can just cut that. If I can see where my marks are. I have done a mark somewhere, now I can't see it, so I'm going to just bring it back in, tilt it towards the light so I can... Have I done it on this side? Yes, I have. I can see it now. And then when I put it here, I can't. I only got my glasses changed in September. I think I need to get them done again. Can your eyes deteriorate that quick?
Yeah.
Really? Yeah. Honestly? It's probably with me doing a lot of driving and always staring, and you should see me trying to thread a needle the other night. Oh my goodness me. I had 4 different needles. I just couldn't do it. I was like, what's wrong with me? I had the lights on, I had my glasses on, I even got a needle thread and I still couldn't do it. What's going on here? What's wrong with me? Maybe I'll have to start wearing 2 pairs of glasses. I might try that, you know, and threading a needle. Let's get some bigger eyed needles maybe. That would...
Yeah, my mum can't thread normal needles anymore.
It makes me angry though, it makes me really angry. I don't it's the angry that I can't thread it and I want to get on my project, or the fact that I'm getting older. I'm getting angry that I'm getting older. Oh dear me. Right, let's get some green on top of here, and then we're going to bring some craft in with those little hearts, because I love the heart cardstock. So let's put our layers onto there like that. So we've got some of that Matastic. It works really well with the box. And then we're going to cut a piece of this lovely heart cardstock. And again, we're going to leave a nice panel of green showing, but not quite as wide as the red. I'm just going to score down there, not cut, score. I'm going to cut, not score, should I say. And then we will put this on top of there. All right, like that. And again, once that's there, like that. I really like that now. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to get my cardstock here, and I'm going to cut a little bit out of it. So I want to cut this around this rose here and just around these leaves, and that's going to go on the box. I'm going to use that one because I think if I use this one, I'm going to use more card than what I am if I do this bit, if that makes sense. So I'm a bit, what's the word? Well, a bit tight really, aren't I? That's a good way of describing it. So I just want to cut around this lovely rose. I'm leaving a little edge, which I'll show you in a sec, just so we've still got that lovely print on the background of that cardstock. Now I'll just pull that out of there, and then what we'll do, we'll just go up around the leaves, like that. And then we are just going to cut around these, because I think this will be a nice little thing to put on top of the of the box. And remember, you get 3 sheets. And you know what? You'll go, oh, but if I do that, if I make that, I'll have used all my 3 sheets. Well, that's what you bought it for. So use it. You've still got another 21 sheets of the same kind of thing in your actual box. So, you know, it's fine. Use it. If you're like me, you've earned your money, you know, it's for you. Buy yourself some lovely cardstock. There we go. So we've got pads on there. And now if you want to, you can still shape it a little if you like. And there's nothing stopping you, because I've just seen something there which I might just be able to put on here, which will actually like make that the inside of the flower a little bit decoupaged. So let's just put it there like that. See here on this sheet, there's this same, if it's not the same, it's almost the same. So what I'm going to do is just cut that out and just layer that on top, so it'll just give it that little dimensional feel. Even though it's slightly different, it doesn't matter, because I think if we curl it like that, and then we can pop that on top. In fact, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to just chop it like that, because I don't want that black line on. With it being decoupaged and layered, it needs to not have that line on there at the top. And also, let's just do around that at the bottom. It's just going to lift that up a little bit like that. So we'll put a pad on there now. Let's just grab, oh, I've got a pad here. This little pad. And we will stick that onto there, just to give it a bit of layering. The colours look really nice on the screen there. I think it's quite nice and bright. So let's just pop that on there. So it just lays it up a little bit. It's not totally matching, but that doesn't matter. And then there you have a really simple box. Again, very shabby chic. I really like that wood effect. I think it's really nice. And again, you can see I've still got quite a bit of a sheet left there, haven't I? So, you know, again, that would do an 8x8 card or another small box, something like that. So there you go. That's a box using our Get Crafty and our French wood. So what we're going to do now, we're going to head on back to the other counter and just show you the last 2. And then we'll come back on here and do another demo in this very messy area. Okay, so let's show you our other 2 remaining packs. Now this one, again, I think this was the second favourite on Create and Craft. This is our ink blends. Now this is quite amazing. I don't think, no matter how great you are at inking techniques, I don't think you could create this effect unless you had a massive, I want to say, a marbling tray, because it looks more marbled than ink. Really, but it's quite spectacular and everyone was loving this. This is printed onto regular Adorable Scorable. You can see the glossiness there. Just look at the colours in here. It's absolutely crazy. And this is going to go with so many of your toppers and your decollage and things like that, your little books. We've got purples in here, we've got blues. You've got, again, 8 different designs. I can't get these separated. Let me just grab that. You're going to get 3 of each. I love this one with the peachy colouring. I think it's really, really nice. We've got some samples to show you as well where it's been made up. But just look at it's just wacky, isn't it? It just really is a lovely marbled effect. And without all the inks and the trays and the special tools and everything, I don't think you can create something like this. And so we've taken the work out for you and incorporated all these lovely colours. Reminds me of bubbles as well, in a way. When you used to mix like fairy liquid with water and try and blow bubbles out of it. It's lovely. Let's show you some samples that have been made with that. Again, this is another one where you don't need to add a lot to it. So we've got a simple card here, and again we've put it through the embossing folder. So you can see if I tilt it, the outer section here is embossed with our one of our spring decollage embossing folders. And then again, just layered onto a bit more from the same sheet, which has got that cream and peach in. and then add a bit of gold, a sentiment, hearts and gems. Really simple, but quite striking. Then we've done a simple box, so you can put some pens or pencils in. A little tag, we've put like a belly band around it, so it will keep it closed. And that was just using 2 offcuts from a little box I made on Create and Craft the other day, which I'll show you in a second. And then we've also got, and we've just done this one really quickly, just grabbed an 8x8 card and actually used a couple of dies from the die folder just for the greeting, cut a circle, again just 3 panels on white and then 2 panels laid up from the scraps that were off the end. And again, I think you'll see just the different colours. If I move them up a bit here, you'll just see, I will get this right one day, which way you go on the camera. But you can see that's just 3 of the different sheets, and you've got another 5 with different colours on. So that's a really lovely one. And then our final one, which I know a lot of you are going to love, be interested in. When you've seen these while I'm doing the next demo, if you would comment and let us know which is your favourite, which one you think you would use most and what you would use it for. Because we've got 6 delightful kits here. Our last one here, this is Falling Flowers. Now this is pretty, it's lovely because it's got pretty flowers on in all different colours. And you can see it's very busy. And we've got like deeper colours. We've got big flowers, we've got small flowers, we've got kind of petals, big petals, small petals. Lovely, lovely backgrounds, and these again work with everything in the collection. That one's a little bit paler, a little bit more subtle, but still very pretty. Again, 8 designs. You're going to get 3 of each. I really like this one. I think it's just nice and fresh for spring and summer. Lovely colours in it too. That is our Falling Flowers, and we have a couple of samples here made with this one. So again, doing something really simple, using just 4 panels of it onto some black and cream, and it pops out. Jen did this one, which again is lovely with those rounded edges on the corners, really, really nice. And then we have this one, again similar to the green one we just showed you, where you've just got some off-cut strips almost, a stamp or a die, cut it on a circle, stick it on, really, really lovely. And then, I'm not sure who made that, let's see, oh, it's Rachel, our lovely Rachel made that, so all our team have been named today, I think. If, maybe, we might not mention Barbara, but they're all lovely, and they're all working really hard at home. So this one has been done using some parchment as well, and one of our dies, as you can see, and then layered up the You're in My Thoughts die, actually cut from this cardstock and laid onto gold, and it's just really, really lovely. I think you'll agree with me that we've got, you know, we've had some really, really different projects here made by lots of different people, all with a different style and different look at things. Now we've got these on an offer for a limited time. You can get £5 off any of the bundles, this one or the previous bundle that we did, which was the Pattern Packs 2. That's the one that had like, is that the one with the animal print, wasn't it? As animal prints and galaxies. I'm trying to think, I've just been sorting through some. No, I think Paper and Wood was in the first one, wasn't it? Was it, oh my gosh, Emily will tell us. But if you wanted either this new bundle or the past bundle, bundle 2, you can get £5 off. How long is that on for? That? Okay, so that'll be for the month or until they go out of stock, one or the other.
Delicate lace, flourishing leaves, galaxy dreams, gorgeous grunge, and polka party. That was
the one, that was the collection. So what we also want to tell you as well, you will notice, was it Monday we launched little books on Hunky Dory TV. They work really well with these kits, as they will probably do with all your Adorable Scorable. But we're going to show you just a few samples with these and how they will work. So we've done a couple of, I think this was the one I did actually on Create and Craft actually, one of the demos, just to show you how that actually works. The Little Book of Kittens works wonderfully well with the lovely Falling Flowers. It really does work. It brings out the pink and the green and the yellow in the kit. And then we made also with the Little Book of Kittens and the French Wood, Thank you, Emily. We made like a little cat house with some cats inside, and again, cat on the roof there chasing a butterfly. And then we have, let me grab a couple more, and I'm going to bring the books up for you as well, because we have them here. We have our little book of kittens, which is very cute. We have our fairy tale cottages, and we also have one of my favourites, musical instruments, which is printed onto Maptastic, that one. So let me show you a few more samples before we go back to the demo area. And again, just to show you that they do work. So even something like the fairy tale cottages will work with the ink blends perfectly. And then we have the fairy tale cottages with the French wood. Again, the colours are just absolutely spot on for that. We also have the little kittens here. They're done with the blue and cream. So it just goes to show that, yeah, it does work. A bit of craft string on here. And then another one, again, with the ink blends, works lovely at the fairy tale cottages. So we've got a really nice mix there, and I think it just goes to show how versatile everything is, how you can mix and match all the Hunky Dory products together and create some wonderful projects for your loved ones or to sell. Right, so what we're going to do now, we are going to nip back across to the demo area to do one more demo, and then we'll be back here to just finish off and tell you the last few bits we need to. Hello. Right, so gradually look at the state of my desk. So I've not even had time to tidy up. Normally I tidy up in between, but it's just like an absolute mess. So I'm just going to throw it all over there. I'll pull my tape out because I need that, and I am going to just get out what I've got here. Now this was a demo kit that I had remaining from Create and Craft. I didn't get a chance to use. So we're going to use a little bit of the falling flowers in here. We're going to cheat a bit. We're going to use the little kittens in here, just something a bit more quirky. We've tried to stick with just Adorable Scorable on the other demos, but we thought, come on, let's go mad. Let's have a bit of fun with those little kittens. So I'm just going to grab all my bits that I've already cut out of here. And what I've done, as you are aware, Hunky Dory fans, you know that we do our fabulous plain Adorable Scorable, and we have got A3 back again now. We used to do it a long time ago, and then we had a bit of a break from it, and now we've got some pastel colours. I think we do black as well, don't we, Emily? I think in A3, and you know it's really useful. Yeah. So what I've done, I've cut down a piece of the A3 to measure 5 inches by 12. And the reason I did that was because I looked at little book pages and I wanted to use 1 or 2 pages to try and make a longer scene. And I needed it to be kind of 12 inches to all fit together nicely. So I've got my 5 by 12 inch card. Now you'd obviously have to make an envelope for this. But I'm sure you're all crafty out there. You could figure a way of doing it. You know, as long as you've got paper and stuff, you can make envelopes. So what we've got, we're going to use this because I feel like this works really well with the colours in the kittens, as we already said. So I'm going to just pop this on with a bit of my construction glue. What I'm going to do, this card keeps poking up, so I'm going to lay it flat just for a minute, and then I'll show you how we're going to layer up the some of the little book of kittens pages to show you how we can create like a long scene as long as the card actually. So we'll pop this onto here, and we've got about probably 3 or 4 millimetre, half a centimetre maybe gap around the edge. Now that's just moved a bit, so I'm going to just lift that before it actually settles down, and just to move it over like that. Again, another advantage of the construction glue there. So there we go. Alright, so what we're going to do now, we're going to take a piece of green cardstock from our Adorable Scorable. Now what I've done, this is longer because I want to create this little scene like this. So what we do, we've got 2 pages the same here, and then we've got the scene where the kittens are at the bottom of the garden. So my idea was, and I may need to cut this one down, or have I already cut that one? no, I haven't. I might need to cut. Oh, no, I've cut this one. I knew I had. So we've got one at the bottom here, and then we're going to add this one to here, and it's this one because I can remember I've already cut this down. And then we're going to have to cut a little bit off the green just to make sure that fits onto here. And again, you can just see these falling flowers here just actually match up really well with the colours in this. So let's just pop that to one side while we stick these on. So you'll notice this is the size of your little book page, and I've cut about, again, probably 1/2 centimetre or thereabouts off, just so that it fits onto the sheet with a little bit of green showing. So let's stick this down, and then once it's down, we can actually then chop off the bit we don't need. So we're basically making like a scene like that, so we can attach that one there. And then if we chop that bit, and I'm just going to check that on my card to make sure it's not too long, because then that will be just fine, I think. If you wanted to, you could cut a little bit more off the top of here. And then I've cut, because we've got obviously 6 pages of each design in the little books, in the A6 ones anyway. What I've done is I've already cut some kittens from a duplicate page, so that we can have a little bit of layering going on. Okay. Have we had any comments, Emily, of people saying which is their favourite?
Yeah, we've got a lot of love for French wood, obviously.
Yes.
Blend,
Yes.
the blue and cream.
Wow. Wow, that's good. I can totally understand why people like the ones they do. I mean, I love them all. They're all amazing. But yeah, I definitely understand why they are liking that. Right, so now you can see we've got a really long picture, and it looks kind of cute, even though the clouds don't all kind of match up or get finished off. You know, you can put things on there, which is what we're going to do. So let's stick this down. And then what we'll do is we will add some layered cats and sentiment, just to make it a little bit more fun. Let's see, so we just line that up like that. Oh, I like a big card. Every now and again I like making a big card. Okay, so what we've got now, you can see I have got some kittens that have been cut out. As you know, I have 2 kittens at home. They can go out now, and I was going to let them go out last night. I'm going to just do it slowly because they're a bit crazy. And they get so excited at anything. So what I'm going to do is when I first got them, I got a cage for them, and so they were in there overnight just to keep them safe. And it's quite a big cage, and it's got like a mesh covering over the top so they can't get out. So what I'm going to do is put that in the garden or in the yard, just so that they can with the covering, obviously, just so that they can get used to having like concrete under the feet, and they can get used to noises and things like that, and just, you know, get kind of acclimatized to it. I'm going to do that for a few days, and then obviously introduce them like to the grass. So I might put the cage on the grass. I've had kittens and cats before. I've had them for many years, so I know kind of how to do it and stuff. So it's going to be fun, but I'm so excited for them to go out for a bit. Because they're just ready to go out. You know, like children who are starting school. You go, oh, he's so ready for school now. He can write his name. He can, you know, do his alphabet. He needs to go to school. Well, they're like that. They need to go out. So what we've done here, because we've got a join now, what we're going to do is we're going to put have a perfect day here. And what you can do, because I've only stuck the tail down just in the middle with a pad, you can actually lift it up there and let that little tail just hang over there. It's just a little bit quirky. We've got a butterfly cut here. I'm going to find I think, cut some, I'm sure I'd cut some balloons. Or maybe not, maybe I need to cut those. I will have a look in a minute. I knew I had. And then we've got another butterfly, which is the one here, which we're going to pop on there, like that. And then we're going to do the balloons. I'm so organised, aren't I? Just, goodness gracious me. And then we have got sentiment from the same little book that says, for a special friend. So I've not taken my thing off there. Let me just do that. I'm not taking my backing off the cat's tail, just so that sticks down there. And you can, you know, as well, you can glue these ends down. Usually with something so thin like that, I glue it down because if it catches, it tears off. I mean, you could if you wanted to chop it because it's the way it would sit, its tail will be a bit behind anyway. But, and what I'm going to do here, I've got my, for a special friend, I'm going to pop that up here in the corner, like that. And there we have a really long card. But how fun would that be for like a little girl, little boy who likes kittens to get that? Oh my goodness! I'm gonna have to take it back and down and up just so that you can see it. Let's do it that way. We're gonna have to get a taller room. Oh my goodness! That's another one. Yeah, but there you go. It's just a bit of fun, that one, and just to show you how you can, you know, go through that little book and maybe make a longer panel, even put them in frames and things and make a longer scene for your child's room, whatever. Right, so we're going to go back over to the other counter now. I'm just going to tell you the last few bits before we finish for today, so I'll see you over there in a second. Okay, so we need to just remind you of that Win It Weekly competition where you can be in with a chance of winning our fabulous paper trimmer, which is amazing. You've seen me use it this morning. And we're going to have 5 winners who will be announced on Friday, so good luck with that. All we need to do is give you the question: which country consumes the most chocolate per capita? Is it A, Switzerland, B, Germany, or C, United Kingdom? Like, share and comment on this video and you will be put into the cup to be in with a chance of winning one of those cutters, and we have 5 to give away. Just to remind you that our TV schedule today, Natalie's been on this morning at 10:30. I'm sure you've been flicking between the two, probably if you're a crazy hunky-dory person. She will also be back on again today at 15:45, that's 3:45, and all those fabulous new Moonstone snippables. Again, another new concept for us here at Hunky Dory, but fun one, and lots of different ways you can use them with stamps and with dies and with the paper pad as well. So check that out later on again today. We are going to add to the rollover box our retro, where is it?
Yeah.
Behind me?
Behind you, there.
This one? Yeah. Oh, of course. Let me grab it and show you because it's falling down. I was, you know, when I read Radiance and I read Decollage, I actually read, like, in my mind, Art Deco. So I was looking for Art Deco. It's been a long week and we're only on Wednesday. Anyway, you can, this is going to go into a rollover box. This is fabulous. I loved this one of all the decollage we did. I really love this. I love the colours, love the brightness, love the funkiness. So this is going to go into the rollover box. Our next Facebook Live show will be here on Friday at 10 a.m. And we will be launching our Moonstone Snippables, which is what Natalie's showing you today on Create and Craft. And that will be our Thank Craft It's Friday show. I feel like this has been a lonely flight. But I am exhausted. I do feel a bit jet lagged now. I don't know when I go out this door where we're going to have landed. But anyway, thank you all for joining us today. Really appreciate you tuning in with us every few days and for all your support and your customer comments. I hope you have a lovely rest of the day and we will see you back here again on Friday.